name's Mark. I work at Hedsor House and I look after all operations and events within inside the house here. Hedsor House is a privately owned property and it was built in 1870. It's still in private hands, so it's still privately owned. My boss was actually born inside this house and it was a wedding present to his grandfather of all things. He rented it out over the years for different people. The Americans had it as a secret military base during the war and a computer company had it for many, many years. But since 2002, it's been a filming and events venue. So it's very much like a blank canvas venue. So we don't have services like catering and lots of equipment and things like that. So people can really come here and make their own events to their own bespoke requirements. This room we're in now is the ballroom, which is our largest room in the house, which most people use for dining. We can seat up to 140 guests in here for dining. But there's other rooms within the house as well, such as the centre hall, which is our feature room really, which is where most people can have a civil ceremony, and lots of people will have maybe their evening dancing and party in that room as well. There's 4 rooms licensed for civil ceremonies. This room, the ballroom, the centre hall is also licensed for a ceremony, which is what 95% of people will use. And then there's 2 smaller rooms, the dining room and the drawing room. Just behind the house there's a church called St Nicholas Church that used to be part of the estate. It's independent now, but it's really is very close to us. It's a beautiful little church and people can get married there and come here for their wedding reception. We have a preferred suppliers list that we can recommend to people because some people come here and because it is blank canvas, they almost sometimes get a little bit frightened, but we can point them in the right direction for every single supplier they need. However, if they do want to go off and find their own, they might have a caterer that they know well or have used before, they can certainly bring them here as well. Myself and my colleague Hazel, we will look after events. We don't wedding plan because we don't really run the event, we're just the venue. Usually an event caterer will run the event. However, we've got a really big sort of bank of knowledge and we can assist everybody with questions about the house and the day, but we won't necessarily run the event on the day. So if you wanted to get married here, obviously get in contact with us and we'll send you all the information. But as you're probably aware that you need to come and see a property, you can't just always look at it on the internet to get a real good feel for it. So book you in a show round, we'll show you the house and walk you around and we'll explain how it works with suppliers and caterers and things like that. And then we can point you in the right direction for all those suppliers if you want us to. And then if you love it, then you can book. All sorts of people come to Hedsor House to get married. We have lots of Asian weddings here as well. People can put up a marquee in our grounds if they wish for up to 1,000 people. So if the house isn't big enough for your party, you can have a party outside on the marquee. I think the unique thing about Hedsor House is its flexibility. You can have exactly what you want, design it to your own requirements, and I think that's something that's really special because there's not many other wedding venues that can provide that around this area.